Good afternoon. Welcome back, race fans. It's Ninth Gear Broadcasting. It's Luke up in the booth, joined with Kevin as always. And we are back with the Burnt Rubber Racing Association. And this time we are at Michigan. Kevin, how are we doing this afternoon?
Doing super good, Luke. I'm super excited for this one. Going to Michigan here. It's a fun mile and a half here. We're with Burnt Rubber, and I think we're in for a good one, Luke.
Oh, yeah, I know, Kevin, you're very, very fond of this track. From what I understand, one of your favorites. What are you thinking about this one tonight?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a game of tire conservation as usual, but it's also a multiple groove track. So we could see some guys trying the low line. We could see what I prefer, which is that second line, or we could even see some guys trying to wrap the top. I think it's gonna be a lot of passes. I think it's gonna be a lot of action here at the 2 mile Michigan International Speedway, and I think we're in for a good treat of some racing tonight.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you out here, Kevin. And we don't have the biggest field out here tonight, but we do have double digits from what I'm seeing. So if you want to maybe get that running underway, we'll get the grid rattled off as they are just now beginning to start pacing around.
Yeah, and how about David DeSilva on the pole? He's been getting it done lately. 3 poles in the past 4 weeks. Brandon Devine on the outside of him. Charles Wimbley, second row, alongside Noah Osbaldiston, Ty Mosley, and Tanner, Peter Griffin, Travis Farmer, and Christian. Oh, God. It's cutting off. I can't see the rest of the name. Well, that's the nickname. His name's Christian Barker. Jonah Espy and Alex Pinn's going to round out the field.
And we got a 10-car field out here, Kevin. It's not the biggest, but in these next-gen cars, they can really get it working early, even with just a couple cars. So the draft potential is pretty big for these cars, and I know the lines are pretty crucial out here on Michigan. So I think with the right conservation and the right line running, they could definitely make this race interesting out here, assuming we stay green. But we'll have to see how that goes. We're going to get ready to rattle through turns 3 and 4 and get ready to go green this time by for the first time out here this afternoon.
Yeah, going around turns 3 and 4, they're ready to go racing out here. As you can see, it's a very wide 3 and 4. A lot of room to race out here, so I'm super excited to see what lines some of these guys take. You know, where they can get it done out here, find the most speed.
Here we go! Green, 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 we're racing. Brandon Devine with the jump on the outside, and he's got speed. They're all filing around. We got 80 laps out here, Kevin, and I'm seeing a little bit of blinking going on up there by somebody up there on the high side line. I believe that is the number 5.
Oh, hard into the wall.
And holy shit.
And it happens fast out here at the Irish Hills. That's going to be your first caution of the evening.
Woo! Ty Mosley involved, David DeSilva, I think Jonah Espy. Woo!
Now, these guys do have 2 fast repairs out here. So, I mean, that's not going to kill somebody's race right here on the first lap, but definitely not a great sign.
Yeah, not ideal for it to happen this early. And I think we see it happen up there. I believe it happens right in front of the 36, I want to say. Right in front of Wembley. So it's off the start. Initial exit of turn 2. Oh. Oh, man.
Hard into the wall.
Holy shit. I mean, that's one of the weirdest like little pushes I've seen that's like really caused a car to get that loose. Just the slightest little bit of contact there gets him a little bit sideways and sends him over to the wall. That is
definitely enough there.
48 of David DeSilva. We'll maybe watch his onboard here. I imagine he probably took a bit of a rough one there.
David DeSilva, he's got a few second place finishes in the recent past. He's trying to get his first win out here, or get a win out here, and that's not the start to do it. I'm sure he's not too thrilled right now.
Yeah, definitely not, but I mean, looking at his vehicle after that one, that's not the most amount of damage. I'd say you pull it in there, take a look at how bad it is, maybe just, see if it's repairable. Who knows? Maybe it's not that bad and you can maybe hold on to that too fast repair number. This early, you'd hate to lose it. But either way, he's definitely got to get in there for some repairs, that's for sure. As we jump back live out here, you see quite a few of the guys making their way in. We got Tanner Griffin, Alex Penn, we got Farmer, DeSilva, Espy, Mosley. A couple of the other guys coming in. Is it Christian Milton? Or is it, no, it's Barker. Sorry, Christian Barker. He's making his way in. Shuffling on out of the pits. Noah's Baldiston's going to be leading this thing. Brandon Devine going to be on his outside, I believe. But I'm not certain on that. I gotta ask, Kevin, what's your preferred line out here? I know you run this track a decent bit.
Yeah, I love running that second line. It's not wide open, but if you can keep it at a decent speed, keep it around 180 on that second line, I mean, it seems to do me the best for tire conservation. It seems to do me the best for speed. I don't like going low. I feel like I lose too much speed coming up. And then, I mean, I feel like it's just way too wide out here to take the all the way top. But I've seen people make it work, so.
You think draft is very dependent out here?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a factor. I don't think, we'll see guys out here bump drafting, but you can lose the pack. There will be guys losing the pack. It's not like pack racing, but it's definitely a factor.
Guess we'll have to see what line works for these drivers out here tonight. Noah's Baldiston's going to be taking the inside here, and Brandon Devine's going to be on his outside. They're being pushed by Charles Wembley on the inside and Travis Farmer on the outside on your second row.
And De Silva often to save that fast repair out here, as he's still in the pits. So
yeah, maybe like I said, not as bad as he maybe not as bad as it looks.
Yeah, maybe a little gray area there where it's like, it'll pin him down a lap probably, but it's not worth taking a fast repair in a short 10-car field like this.
Yeah, they're still pacing around out here, but he's making his way out. He's going to be a lap down, but he's right in that position if something happens.
Gonna be going green this time by. Lights are off on the pace car. It's gonna be as Baldiston on the inside of Brandon Devine. We're about to go green for the second time out here with BRRA racing at the Irish Hills.
Pace car is making its way in. This one's all you, Kevin.
Green flag is in the air. These drivers are ready, and it is waving. We are green out here in Michigan. And holding that second line like, woo, anticipated. Baldiston's still got the lead, but Wembley's right there on the bumper. You're seeing that draft in effect, getting a good run off the backstretch.
Oh! Two drivers tucked behind him.
A little loose. Holds it together for now. We're 4 wide.
Oh my, and look at that. They're dooring. Oh. They're bumping around. The 48 makes the transfer. He's clear of them.
Glued next to each other. 4 wide again.
The 77 tries to make the transfer. He makes it 4 wide. That's Ty Mosley. He's going to slip around it. They're still 3 wide behind him. Oh man, boy, that's a dangerous game. But they all settle it back down to 2 wide each. And man, that was a dangerous transfer for Jonah Espy and I believe that's Brant. Who is that? Jonah Espy and the 49. Who I'm not getting a read on the actual number of. Oh, that's David De Silva. So,
David De Silva reading the lap down, so
he's still staying up there. He's fighting to get back on the lead lap right now. You know, Kevin, I hate to be that guy, but the guy that turned David De Silva and put him in the wall is right in front of him.
Yeah, and
I just thought I'd put that up in the air.
I don't really take David De Silva as a revenge type of guy, but
still, just throwing that up there. That's the fight for the lead right now. Too wide for the lead right now.
Yeah, this is a very fun track to pass on, Luke. I will say that. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it's the easiest track to pass on, but it's a fun one because, you know, with you being able to run multiple grooves.
Yeah, and they're barely splitting 3 wide right there. Going into the exit of turn 4. David De Silva barely back on the lead lap to start this one. 3 wide for the lead again. David De Silva fights his way up to the front, but he is now back on the lead lap.
Yeah.
Oh, bumping around behind him.
I'd imagine he's fighting to stay in front of the next incident because he was caught in the first one, and I don't think he wants to be caught in the next one.
Yeah, and I can't say I blame him. He took the he opted to take the full extent of the repair though there, and didn't opt to use a fast repair. So it's gonna be nice maybe later in the race just in case he needs to use it. And they're bumping out behind him. The 57 sideways, he hits the wall hard. It's Baldiston, and we hear a blown motor.
Oh no!
And I'm reading someone else, Jonah Espy, in the grass. That was the other involvee there, and I'm seeing smoke coming from his vehicle as well. Is Baldiston still moving? I think it was Jonah Espy that got the blown motor. Maybe not. He's still rolling. Either way, I heard hard contact, and we're going to have to go back and watch that because that was a hard hit between the two of them.
Look, I gotta ask. I'm blanking here. If you blow your motor, can you use a fast repair, or is that your night?
I don't know. I think if you blow your motor, I think it's your night. Oh, because that's the sound of a blown motor right there.
And we'll have to keep an update on him and see if you know, he'll be able to get that repaired up or not.
He's about to make his way into the pits now. He's at least kept it rolling enough. We'll see what happens out here as he cycles through that pit, but we'll make our way back one more time and watch that. Right now I'm reading as Baldiston, Penn, Mosley, and Espy all in the pits. But we saw that contact happen right up there near the exit of turn 4, getting ready to go across the tri-oval. So you see De Silva leading right there. The 95 of Espy just comes up the track, and
yeah, a little bit of net code maybe.
A little bit of net code, but
no, maybe not.
Definitely a little bit of bump in there.
A little bit of contact for sure.
And then the 57 actually kind of looks like he comes down a little bit. It's tough to say. They both definitely got into each other a little bit. Results in the 95 going sliding. Oh, right into the pit wall entrance.
That inside safer barrier wall. I mean,
literally ripped his entire front bumper off. Oh, never mind. We just watched it morph back on. That's interesting.
There you go.
He got it back, but I know who else was involved in that one. Yeah, what was it? Not Jonah Espy. I'm blanking here. It's Baldiston. Seems to be okay. Granted, the hard hit he took to the wall, but they're all catching back up. Everybody's back on the lead lap right now.
Fast repairs being used there.
Yeah, and David De Silva in a really nice position right now, I'd like to point out. He stayed right in front of that wreck. Gotta be happy with where he's at right now, no doubt.
Well, look, we're 12 laps into an 80-lap race out here, and going to be going green this time by. We've seen a lot of action in the early stages of this race.
And we see that light off the pace car. We know we're going green out here once again, and it's Charles Wimbley out here with the lead. He's going to decide what to do out here with Brandon Devine on his outside. But they're going across the backstretch now, and it's been an exciting race thus far, and I imagine we're going to see more of it, as we're still very, very early on in this one.
Yeah, coming through 3 and 4. We're going green this time by. Wembley's going to be your leader this time, as everyone's trying to get their taste at the front.
Lining up out here, hitting the restart zone, and we're green once again. Charles Wimbley with the jump, and he's like a shot out of a cannon. He's moving.
Yeah, he's got some speed, got some clean air up there.
Absolutely
not a bad
moving
spot
on this
at all
restart.
for him. I will say, traffic's hasn't seemed to be too big of an issue. This pack's been able to stay, at constant speeds with each other, despite, getting 3, even 4 wide so far tonight. David De Silva trying to find his way up towards the front once again.
Yeah, he managed to stay on the lead lap back there after fighting around the leaders and staying out of the incident, so he's looking to make some transfers, and a little bit of bumping going on behind him between the number 5 and the 95. Doing an SB and Tanner Griffin. Bumping around a little bit on the exit of turn 4. Charles Wimbley still leading this thing. Brandon Devine running a slightly higher entry, but a tighter exit.
Yeah, and you just see Wembley way off speed. Wembley into the pits.
Yeah, and he's going in.
Oh, some issues for...
Not too sure what that is, Kevin. Maybe a pit strategy? I don't know. He opted to jump to the pits, Kevin. He stopped in the pits and then jumped to the pits. Not too sure what that one was. And he's not registering on the track at all.
Uh-oh.
Some issues maybe for Charles Wimbley. But as it stands, David De Silva, your race leader now. He cycled his way all the way back up to the front. But the number 24 of Brandon Devine knocking at his door. He's on his right side. They're door to door, getting ready to go into turn 1. 57 there of Noah Baldiston was right behind David De Silva. He's going to probably have a good bit of draft here. He's hooking it tight to the inside, but Brandon Devine's going to have the clear, and he's going to take lead of the high line.
And, that high side's really working on exit speed, Luke.
Yeah, it sure is. It seems to be the preferred line by these drivers. It's got a lot of speed coming out of turn 4, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh! And the 30! Oh my god! I heard another blown...
That's going to bring out...
That just...
Caution numero 3. His car is going through it.
I heard the blown motor, and he took the jump to the pits. Just took the tow immediately. And, oh, man. I heard that one. It didn't sound good. It was between him and the number, I believe the number 3. I believe it. And the Intimidator car.
Well, let's see. Oh, Intimidator car definitely rattled his cage.
Just a little bit, and that's going to take him right to the pit box for the repair. Where he is still sitting right now. Probably electing to take a repair there, but we don't know the extent of all of those damages.
Oh, look, pacing around again out here. What you think of Michigan so far? I know you're not. I know you're not too. You haven't raced it too much.
No, I'm not too keen on the smaller tracks, but I will say Michigan is one that I definitely prefer. If I ever get the chance to run it, I most definitely do. It's definitely one of the more challenging tracks for me, at least, but it's got a very, very cool line if you can get it ran, especially that second one. I've gotten a couple good clean laps out here. I did a couple races when it was on the ARCA series, and I had a lot of fun with it, but hoping they bring it back here before too long. A lot of the guys taking their pits out here. Ty Mosley and Noah Baldiston opting to stay out. And Devine's the first one out of the pit, followed by Farmer, Griffin, Barker. They're still in there. But we see them all filing back together. Going around one more time out here. I mean, Noah Baldiston with the lead and Ty Mosley on his outside, I believe. And Noah Baldiston's touching the pace car a little bit. Just letting him know he's there.
Classy move.
Oh, yeah. Just letting him know he's there and ready to race.
Swinging it around one more time before going green. So far, it's been an interesting race. Wembley's out, left to go do NIS. SP's down 2 laps after, just getting his car messed up twice in a row. And then that leaves 8 on the lead lap out here, Luke. And I think the story of the night so far has been David DeSilva and how he can find his way back to the front.
Yeah, and he's survived most of this, so it's really all going to be about how much can he hang on out here. We're only on lap 20. It's going to be 21 when we go green out here, so still got a decent bit of racing out here, but third caution out here. These guys, the fast repairs definitely got to start to be starting to get chipped away, that's for sure. These cars in, and we're going green. Lap 21, and it's Noah Baldiston with the jump, and here he goes. Slides up to the high line, getting ready to go into turn 1.
Yeah, he's definitely playing that high, but he is dropping down into that second. At least turns 1 and 2. How about DeSilva trying to make it 3 wide there on the second line? Divine coming up into him a little bit. He's going to go up high to avoid that. And that high side is rolling across the backstretch.
Yeah, they're moving, Kevin, and going into turn 3 and 4 out here. Speed definitely seems to be on that outside line. A little bit of blinking going on from Ty Mosley. And there he is. Blinking in and out just a little bit.
Silva's caught as Baldiston, but now it's going to see, where does he want to pass him? Where's he going to find the speed? Oh, no. Ooh, that was close.
Woo.
As Baldiston and Mosley get into it a little bit, Mosley's trapped on that inside where you do not want to be.
Silva blinking a little bit, maybe. Everybody's blinking just a little bit out here tonight, Kevin, and that's not what you want to see at a track like this.
Silva working that draft, though. He's caught back up to his Baldiston.
And I will say, I do like that number,
Divine, though, working the outside on De Silva.
for the pass.
He's got him out there.
They're
side by side.
Pass too. A lot of blinking going on.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, and we see someone up the wall up there.
Somebody's over the wall, but didn't see a car doing it.
Yep, I don't know. Woo.
A tight squeeze for the 95.
Very tight squeeze for the 95.
Uh-oh.
Another tight squeeze for the 95.
This is getting choppy a little bit.
Yep. We're watching the battle back near 7th place right now. Penn looking at the outside. Oh, it's into the 95 a little bit. It's Jonah Espy. He is the lap down. Rubbing the wall a little bit there on the exit. Suck as much side draft out of him as he can. He's got the pass. Jonah Espy behind Alex Penn. Got into it a bit earlier. Oh, and Tanner Griffin hard into the pit entrance. He's sliding across the front stretch. And there's the caution. And boy, I say I saw what happened there, and Chris Barker bumping Espy a little bit there. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that one. I saw Tanner sliding across. I thought he might have hit the pit wall. Oh, and the 77 just barely taps him. Man. Honestly, a good save from Tanner staying out of the pits. He survived getting up. Oh my god. The number 9. Travis Farmer. We gotta watch his onboard here, because he went through it like a bat out of hell. Woo. I don't even think he realized how close that one was. Ooh. Man, oh man. Travis Farmer, I hope you're watching this. Because I don't know how on God's green earth you fucking lived that. But that is insane. Dives to the low. God. Insane. We see 4 guys in the pits right now. Mosley, Farmer, Barker, and Penn all electing to take their pit on lap 28. Racing around out here once again. Brings us to our 4th caution of the afternoon, and We see quite a few of them. We know there's got to be some fast repairs taken out here, no doubt.
Oh, look, caution number 4.
Yep, and I just have the closest fucking nail biter of a save to show you too.
All right, let's see it.
We're gonna be on the onboard of Travis Farmer out here. All right.
To my knowledge, running towards the back.
He is in the back, and for now, I'm gonna start the camera like this. I want you to pay attention up there near the front. I want you to be looking near the pit box. Okay.
All right.
Tanner Griffin comes sliding, barely misses the pit box. Bam. You see where he's at? He's in the grass.
Yeah,
right?
coming back.
We're going to swap up to the cockpit here. You see him go high on the track, so Travis cuts low. Then you see him put it in first and start peeling off the track. Now, that might not have looked super close from that angle, but what I'm going to do is stop it right here. Then I'm going to show you this. I mean, look how close that is. We're going to go back just a little bit, and I'm going to show you from this angle.
Woo!
I mean, barely. And I mean, barely made it. And he's still on the lead lap, and he's still intact. So is Tanner Griffin. He's running P4. They're tightening up out here because we're getting ready to go green. Pace car's made its way in again. Waving the flag out here once again, and we are green once again. Look at that front group right now. They are bunched up. That front three is Baldiston, Devine, and De Silva off that restart. They're all close, and they're 3 wide into the first turn.
Silva looks to the bottom. Gonna put the pinch on his Baldiston. He's not gonna clear, but he's gonna get there. They're gonna be 3 wide through the backstretch.
Oh boy, and look at that. They are moving down the backstretch. 3 wide all the way through. For the lead right now. Not the restart I expected, Kevin, but boy, is it a cool one.
Yeah.
They're racing hard out here. The 57 has the clear up high.
Line.
Still going to hold it. He's going to try to get the push there from the 24 and get the speed. He's clear all the way. Noah is Baldiston going into turn 1. Cuts up high going into the turn. And it seems like that's the move up there. Start up high in the turn and then try to cut down to that second line in between these turns out here to conserve as much of that tire as you can. And to retain that speed. 24 of Devine looks for the pass on the inside. Below the white line. He comes up. He bumps Noah's Baldiston. He holds on to it. And
yep,
now
probably thought, or De Silva probably thought he was going to die right there.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, but you can pass under the white over the tri-oval on this track, correct? It's just not when the line is yellow, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that was a legal move there. But if I'm as Baldiston, I'm shitting my pants right now and probably not happy, I'll be honest.
Yeah, look, you gotta also imagine, all these passes and all these moves they're making on each other, this hurts tires. I mean, if you want to make a pass out here, you want to make it quick and you don't want them to pass back, because every time you take a line that isn't your preferred, it's burning up your tires a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. It's still over half this race to go and more. Tire wear is going to start to become a factor here later. But they fan out a little bit there as we saw a bit of a bump between the 24 and the 48. Still on each other's door going into turn 3.
Contact is being made.
Now as Baldiston's looking at the inside, he's going to look for it, and he's going to have it going out of the exit now. He's up there. He's running it tight. Tight on the 24. They're on each other's door. Is Baldiston maybe getting a little bit of draft from De Silva? And how about Ty Mosley? He's just off the draft now. He's coming up there. He's wanting to taste at this thing. Getting up here to fight for a podium position.
Mosley lurking in the shadows.
Just kind of waiting for a move, it looks like. Silva with the charge. He's still blinking out a little bit, we see there. Mosley looking at the outside now. He's going to split Noah's Baldiston. What is our tire set situation looking like tonight, Kevin?
Not a damn clue. I think I'd guess 4.
5 tire sets. 2
Alright,
fast
alright.
corners. And 75% fuel. SB. I'm reading he's in the pits. Maybe not.
Burning it down.
Went off the track, came back onto the track, and he's moving again. I think he might have had a little bit of an issue there. We're still green out here, and they're going to be catching him, but take a quick look. Oh, the number 30 gets into him again. Alex Penn. Oh boy, and Jonah Espy has, I imagine he's probably not the happiest. But your top 4 are still pretty close to each other. But Divine and De Silva really are the ones making the fight right now for P1. Side by side. Still racing out here. Silva looking for the pass on the inside.
Almost to that halfway point, Luke, and De Silva's found his way back to the lead out here, but it is very close. I'm sure the 3 of those guys are going to be in another battle by the end of the night.
Oh, yeah. They've been fighting pretty hard out here for quite a bit of this race. I don't imagine they're going to let up now. Silva started to pull away a little bit. He seems to be getting a bit of space to run his line how he wants.
Yeah, and you know, once you lose that guy behind you draft, I mean, it's hard for them to catch back up if they're not running a better line than you.
And Da Silva seems to have it figured out now as he's kind of starting to put some distance on the guys behind him. We're still fighting. Those they looking for the pass on Divine. Oh, they bump a little bit. Gotta be a little scary for the two of them. Divine seems to have the pass clear on that. Really off speed is Baldiston. Divine clearing with speed.
Silva really finding some time now, Luke. I mean, just in 5 laps, he's opened this up 2 seconds.
Man, I mean, it goes to prove if you can start to get a good, you know, a good jump on it, you can start to run away with it. As we see this field start to split up here, I doubt we're gonna. It's definitely gonna. I'm not gonna say, you know, we're not gonna see any cautions. So it definitely reduces the risk of a caution coming out if something does happen. Now Da Silva approaching the back of Jonah Espy. He's trying to make the pass. Getting around the lap traffic.
Seamless.
You gotta wonder, Kevin, if we do stay green out here, could Da Silva run away with this thing?
I mean, it's not crazy to say, but at the same time, who knows how he's preserving these tires?
Yeah, true. Still got a while to go in terms of tires, so.
I mean, but right now, he is looking like, I mean, no one can touch him.
We'll see if that stands.
Lap 50 out of 80 out here. not much has happened. David De Silva is still leading this thing, and I mean he's putting up some good times. He's up about 3 seconds now on Ty Mosley, and Brandon Devine another second back. Baldiston another 2 seconds back. So field spreading out. I mean maybe some different tire strategies out here. Yeah, gonna see how this thing cycles through. Yeah, three stay out. Once things cycle through, it looks like it's still gonna be De Silva. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's a couple seconds out there in front of Vine.
Okay. Race fans were experiencing great internet difficulties again with Spectrum. We are reconnecting to the race session now, and we will be back to you shortly. And we're back, race fans. A little bit of technical difficulties, but it's 20 laps to go out here, and it's still David De Silva leading this thing. He's opened the lead up to about an 8-second gap now, but second, third place, Oswaldson and Mosley are still riding very close together.
Luke, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, just making sure
Yep,
she's holding together.
we're good.
David De Silva, 8 seconds out in front of Oswaldson. Now, Ty Mosley lurking in third, Divine fourth, Farmer fifth. Nothing really has changed since we left. Maybe Griffin and Farmer fighting around a little bit, but I think these guys do have to come in for one last green stop if we were to stay green. Right now, David De Silva just trying to hang on to it.
They're doing a pretty good job right now. I mean, he's got that lap car with him right now. That's the number 99, Parker. Now the lap car getting close to David De Silva.
Yeah, maybe on fresher tires. He's definitely keeping up pace on De Silva there and looking to his inside. It's going to be the 99 of Barker. Not going to be able to get his nose in there this time around. Trying to get his lap back. I'd imagine with 16 to go, though, De Silva's just out here trying to hang on to the car, Luke.
Yeah, I imagine so, and he's going to be doing a pretty good job of it so far. I mean, he's opened it up to a over 9-second gap now. A little bit of the same old situation right now. David De Silva still leading this thing by a pretty good margin that keeps on growing.
And look, could we see when the last time they pit was?
Seeing a lot of lap 50s. Barker's on lap 27. Divine on 18.
Well, then they're good on fuel, because if Barker can make it, or if Divine can make it from 18 to 67, then these leaders can make it from 50 to 80. So at this point, it's just a game of holding on to it if you're David De Silva. He's being raced pretty hard by a lapper right now. On that second line, though. Man, it seems like David De Silva has really found his groove out here, Luke.
And he's really opening this thing up to a considerable margin, even giving the lap cars trouble getting around him.
And they're looking right now for a Griffin Motorsports 1, 2, 3. Right now. De Silva, Mosley, and Osbaldiston hanging on to that, but Brandon Devine in P4.
They're all linking up together.
Oh. Oh, and the
Oh,
57.
my.
Hard into the wall. He hangs on to it.
No, he does
and
not.
No, he doesn't. He spins.
Still spinning. Holds on to it. Keeps it off the wall for now. That's our 5th caution now. And now all that time, David De Silva's made up. It's now back on.
Down the toilet.
Oh, man.
Caution number 5 flies out here, and that is really going to hurt David De Silva. Or at least make his job harder.
Oh, the blinking at the worst time, I think.
A little bit of blinking involved, but it almost looks like the 57 was going up, you know, running out of real estate before the blinking started.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a good save by Osbaldiston. He held it together and kept the car from losing too much control.
Yeah, pretty hard into the wall there. I'd imagine he's gonna want to get that fixed up with what's probably gonna be about 6 laps to go when we go green here.
Seeing pretty much the whole field coming in for the pits 1 through 6 right now.
Dale Earnhardt on the pit stopper, or pit board. Maybe.
Pretty making their way out now. De Silva's the leader.
Hanging on to that P1 position. He's got some choices now. I mean, he's liked that high side, but do you start up high, or do you know, take down low and hope you can clear into 1 and 2 and then go up high? He's gonna have the choice coming around in a couple times.
De Silva's still leading this thing out here. It's going to be 6 to go when we go green. He's been the man to hold on to it all night so far. But, you know, all that time he made up is gone now. So the question now becomes, can he fend off these other guys who are hungry for the win?
Oh, we were talking earlier about you don't have to be the fastest car out here with the draft that these guys get across the backstretch in these things. And, you know, I don't want to say that could be affected here and De Silva could be stolen of one, but, you know, it's definitely a possibility. Gonna be going green this time by. With 7 to go. It's gonna be De Silva on the inside, leading it off with his Baldiston in second place out there on the outside. We are green. A good jump for the 48 car. So he's going to get out about 3/10 ahead of his Baldiston. Going into 1 and 2. He found his groove earlier on. See if he can continue the success with it. His Baldiston, though, closing it in. Getting some draft on the backstretch. He's closed it to 2/10 of a second.
And now the battle's on, Kevin. The question is, can De Silva hold on to it? He seems to be holding on to his tires a little bit out here. Opting to run a little bit higher of a line than Baldiston. We see somebody completely stopped down there on the side of the track.
That's going to be... Is that caution number 6?
It's Tanner Griffin. Yes, it is.
Caution flies out here for that one with 6 to go, and we're going to have to do it all over again. Pace car's out on this replay, Luke. I don't know.
A lot of bugging.
Blinking.
This is off the start. Pace car had just gone in, and I think Tanner Griffin maybe bugged out or something, maybe? I don't know. Either way, he missed the start, and we have a 6th caution now.
Oh. I see, Alex.
What?
Alex Penn says, apologies to the viewers for the additional yellows, but Jonah has been a problem for a while, and with consent of the admins, he's being dealt with. Not sure, you know, the specifics of what that entails, but I'd have to imagine nothing good, Luke.
Yeah, probably not.
At least if you're Jonah Espy.
Oh, Jonah Espy's riding the wall a little bit up there. Trying to make back his lap.
We'll get more of a word on that in our post-race interviews. We'll get the owner in here and see what we can figure out about that one, but Espy's making up his lap right now. He's going to be riding P6 on the restart. I got it. Okay. Well, hearing Alex Penn has intentionally been raking Jonah all race.
Well, I'm not seeing Alex Penn on the track. I am still seeing Jonah Espy, but
well, look, this is the first for us.
what?
Just the situation.
Yeah, it's definitely a first.
I'm excited to get things cleared up, but Alex saying in the chat that Jonah has been race manipulating in this and other leagues, and seems to be some payback. We honestly thought the yellows were just racing incidents. I mean, obviously, racing incidents with blame, but I don't know. I'll go as far as to say if it was intentional wrecking, it was done well because we didn't see it as intentional.
Yeah, definitely not bad technique. I'll give him that.
Yeah, and Alex has been DQ'd by Jonah.
Let's see.
Regardless, it's going to be De Silva out here trying to repeat what he put out on the last restart, get a good jump on his Baldiston, and hang on to it for 3 more laps, because that's all he's going to need. Assuming we stay green.
And you never know.
Pace car is in. They're getting on each other's bumpers, ready to go green for what could be the last time out here.
Here we go,
And
Kevin.
we are green. De Silva with the jump on the inside. He clears, but it's not as dominant as we've seen in the past as Osbaldiston is right there on his bumper. Get De Silva trying to hold off. He's sitting on that second line. Osbaldiston, though, same position as the last restart, trying to catch his draft, do what he can. De Silva doing an IndyCar style maneuver where he's trying to lose the draft of Osbaldiston by going low. It's not going to work.
3 laps to go out here, Kevin. It's to win them
Yeah.
down.
48 car of David De Silva still in the lead with 2 to go, but Osbaldiston is closing that gap with the help of some draft. Following him around. He's got a run coming into turns 1 and 2.
Going on the backstretch for the second to last time out here, Kevin. White flag in the air next time we cross the start finish.
Osbaldiston about 2 car lengths back. It's going to be a battle between the two of them with Divine lurking in the background, hoping that they, rough each other up a little bit. And the white flag is
there. It is
in the air. What you see is what you get. David De Silva leading as he goes up. He's going to ride the high side. That second line that's been working all race. As Osbaldiston drops low and gets right there to his bumper. As he wraps it a little bit higher. About a 10th off now. David De Silva trying to hang on through 2 more turns to beat the second place curse he's been given.
But Osbaldiston's there. He's on his bumper. He's going to be looking to make the move, but will it be enough?
Osbaldiston losing some speed through 3 and 4.
Trying to use as much of that tire as he can. I don't think it's going to be enough.
And David De Silva's going to win it at the Irish Hills.
Osbaldiston second, Divine third, Farmer fourth, Griffin fifth.
Barker 6th, SB 7th, and that's all she wrote as far as guys that crossed the finish line.
And the win goes to David De Silva. And what a win for him.
Oh, yeah. Much deserved. He's been up here talking to us every week about second place finishes, and he gets one here. And I do believe that's going to be Brandon Devine spoiling the 1-2-3 for Griffin Motorsports. Sneaking in there in front of Travis Farmer.
And he looked dominant out here all night, and he just had the speed there on the last one. He's going to get the victory shit. He's going across the start-finish now.
Yeah, and we're going to get our P3 finisher in here first, Brandon Devine, to talk this through how the race went. Hey, Brandon, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
I got a copy, loud and clear.
Hey, man, how about that race? A very interesting race. It seems like the first half of it, a lot of incidents, and then it gets settled down for a green flag stop. And then there, with about 10 laps to go, the yellow flies and everyone's given a second chance. How did you feel when that yellow came out with 10 to go, and what did you have to do to get yourself into that podium position?
Well, truth be told, I kind of was annoyed because I really felt like I had the long run strategy, you pit. Granted, we didn't have the greatest last pit stop. I don't know what my pit crew was doing, but we came out of the pits. I was 4th on net cycle. I reeled in Ty and Noah, got around them, and then we get another caution, so that was a little bit annoying. I really just wish this race turned into a long run race, but it is what it is now. Not much we could do. I mean, we got third, and you know what? Third place is better than finishing this in the garage area like some people did today. Yeah, I'm a little annoyed now, but you'll definitely see me in victory lane this season, mark my words.
I gotta ask, does it feel a little bit better to spoil that 1, 2, 3 for Griffin Motorsports out there?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, showing up in the Lightning Storm number 24 Napa Brakes car after, my number getting like taken from me without notice. It's definitely nice to spoil the party, but it is what it is now. I mean, going into next week, we just got to swing harder, I mean, I swung as hard as I could today. It didn't work out, but next week we'll come back swinging.
Absolutely. A great race for you out there, getting a podium finish. Always good talking to you, Brandon. Congratulations on the success. You want to shout out anybody before we get you out of here?
Not right now. I'm kind of my brain's kind of fried, but hey, thanks to the hosts, thanks to you guys for broadcasting the race, and thanks to the viewers for sticking around and watching the show. That's all I gotta
Absolutely.
say.
We appreciate it, Brandon. Congratulations on success tonight.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks. That was Brandon Devine getting a P3 finish out here. A good finish for him to a good race. We know we saw him up front doing some 3-wide racing up there in the early laps of this race, but now we can talk to the other number 24, Noah's Baldiston, who got a P2 finish out here riding right there on the tail of David De Silva. Hey, Noah, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, he's back. Back again.
Hey, man.
Shady's back.
How about that race? How you doing, brother?
Not too bad. How are you guys?
Doing great. I mean, we were talking about, second chances there with about 10 to go. That caution flew. We saw David out there with some time on everybody, and then the second chance was given with the caution. Did you think he had a chance there? I mean, it's not the easiest track to pass on.
To be honest, like even after the caution, I said to myself, it's not fair if I take this from David. The caution shouldn't have been thrown. I gathered that up after the incident with Ty, so therefore it should have been one car. But yeah, I just think it was a poor call from our classic officials. But not to say Tanner, but it was a certain someone who called it, and we all know who. So yeah, it wouldn't have been fair to take it from David. So yeah, I mean, even on the caution, okay, a few times got up to the back of him, would have given him a bump. But yeah, no, it was a great race. Huge thanks to Tanner to buy me the circuit a couple of minutes before the race, because I didn't know if I was actually racing tonight or not. But yeah, no, Tanner came in clutch, and then again, huge thanks to the Nova Motors Esports teams for setting me up all right tonight, and giving me a good car capable of winning. Yeah,
absolutely, a great race for you. You were right there on the bumper at the end, and how can you carry this momentum and the success that you saw tonight over into a kind of a different dynamic of a track with Atlanta? I mean, if it was the old Atlanta, maybe it'd be the same idea, but with this new Atlanta, how can you carry that momentum you got going?
I'm going to be honest with you, big man. Like half these ovals I'd ever seen pictures of. I mean, Tanner bought me the circuit 4 minutes before the session's open. I hadn't even seen a picture of Michigan. Like I had no idea. I do not own any ovals, so Tanner gets me the ovals a few minutes before the session up, so I go in blind. I don't even know where Atlanta is on a bloody map, like let alone what the circuit looks like. But I think if as long as I utilize the half an hour practice session well, I mean it's a super speedway, so it's fairly simple. And yeah, just basically just play it smart, follow the guys around you, sort of learn from my teammates, learn from Travis and Tanner and David, because that they are the veterans in this. As long as I can follow their calls, I think on a 1 lap battle pace, I'm up there. But when it comes to experience and strategy, I'm just not quite there yet. But yeah, no, I think if we can carry the momentum towards the road courses, I think those are going to be our big point scorers. But yeah, it's just about finishing the ovals in a fairly respectable position and just carrying on the stage points.
Did that tonight. A great P2 finish for you out here. A natural racer, I guess. I know an hour session in most of these tracks wouldn't do me a damn thing, so congratulations on being able to come out here and get yourself an interview. Anything you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Yeah, just huge thanks to Tanner and the BRRA Racing Association to helping me get the circuit. They've been a huge sponsor for me this season so far. And again, huge thanks to Nova Motors Esports for being my primary team. in the esports scene, and they've been sort of they're the reason I can just get up and do what I need to do. And I think Tanner and Nova together, this is what they can give me, and as long as I can keep performing the way I are, we're gonna have a great season.
Absolutely. We always appreciate you coming and talking to us, Noah. Congratulations on the success out here tonight.
Thank you very much. See you guys in a bit.
Yep, have a good one. That was Noah's Waldeston getting a P2 finish out here. Now it's time to talk to the man that really put on a show out here and dominated, David DeSilva. Hey, David Guzzensworth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man, that was another roller coaster of a race for you. I mean, lap 1, you got into an incident there, and it really, threw your great qualifying lap out the window, but you were able to find the front of the field fairly quickly again. And it just seemed like in the midst of that green flag stop, you kind of put belt to ass and got yourself a decent lead going. And then with 10 to go, I mean, that had to hurt seeing that caution fly. What were you thinking around then?
Yeah, it was very painful. I knew that I had started to stretch that gap, and I knew that the tire saving was just working for me, and that basically my only hope was just don't have a caution. But unfortunately, things don't always go the easy route. But luckily, I was able to still maintain the lead throughout those last 2 cautions.
Absolutely. Able to hold off the raging field on those last 2 cautions and get yourself a win out here. We've been talking to you a lot about those second place finishes. Now you're getting yourself a win. I mean, can anybody beat you out here? It seems like you're kind of running away with the points.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying my time here, and I'm learning a lot from drivers and a lot of friends I'm making, and it's just really great racing with these guys. I mean, we come out here every week. There's always going to be somebody new in competition or returning faces, and it's always great to have that kind of challenge and push myself because I'm not usually doing these ovals, so.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's always great talking to the drivers, talking to you up here because I think this is 4 weeks in a row now we've talked to you at least. So congratulations on the continued success out here at these tracks. And we look forward to seeing what you can do at Atlanta next week. And you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Again, all the drivers who make these races possible, and my family once again.
Absolutely. We appreciate it, David, and congratulations on getting the checkered flag out here.
Thank you, sir.
That was David DeSilva getting the win. Last person I kind of want to talk to for a second. Tanner, you got a copy?
I do. How's it going, fellas?
Good. How you doing, man? I mean, I'm gonna ask on stream first, and if you don't want to comment on it, that's fine. But we got some people in our chat talking about some controversy between Jonah and Alex. Maybe is there anything you want to put out there into the world on that situation?
Jonah, he'll come in and he'll wreck, Alex, or there'll be some heat going on in practice lobbies. So that's a pretty big feud between them two. This Alex, or Jonah, when he sent it across the bottom, went past the line, he almost threw a caution out. So that's one reason. Another reason Alex was pissed because he can't stand unreasonable cautions. And the way Jonah drives, he likes to wreck everybody. So Alex gave it back to him, and he removed him from the session.
I got you. And lastly, I gotta ask: is there going to be any course of action taken? Is that decided yet? And or will it be just back in the lab next week for Atlanta?
We got a few things we need to go over.
I got you.
Yeah, it's painful.
Yeah. Well, we can leave it at that. A great race out here. Regardless, I had a blast. I know we had some internet issues for a couple laps, but other than that, we saw some awesome racing. Luke, you want to close us out?
Yeah, it was a fun one as always. Big thanks to the guys for putting it on. Thanks to the drivers for making it a fun one, and thanks to the commissioners for getting it all put on, and thanks to the viewers for watching. So I think I repeated one of them, and I don't remember which one, but we'll see you all in the next one, race fans. Good night.